In this video, I'll show you how to create and run Android TV on your Windows computer. With this method, you can use Android Studio to create a virtual Android TV device on your PC. After that, you can use Android TV apps, test apps, or simply experience the Android TV interface directly on your Windows computer. You don't need any physical Android TV box. Everything will run inside your Windows PC using the Android emulator. So, let's start the process. First, open your browser and search for Android Studio download. Open the official Android Studio website and download Android Studio for Windows. Once the setup file is downloaded, open it. Now the Android Studio installation wizard will open. On this screen, make sure Android Studio and Android Virtual Device are selected. Then, simply click Next and complete the installation. Click on Finish. Now Android Studio will open for the first time. Click on Next. Choose Standard Installation because it will automatically install the required Android SDK components and emulator files. Accept the license agreement. Now Android Studio will download and install all required components. Once everything is installed, click on Finish. Now we need to create the Android TV virtual device. On the Android Studio welcome screen, click on More Actions. Then click on Virtual Device Manager. Here, click on Create Virtual Device. Since we want to create Android TV, select the TV category. Now choose Television 1080p. This option will create a Full HD Android TV virtual device. On the next screen, you can rename your virtual device. For example, I'll name it Android TV. You can keep any name, but remember this name, because we'll use it later in a script. Now you need to select the Android TV system image. Here, you will select different Android versions. Android 16 is the latest version available for TV. If it's not already downloaded, click on the download icon next to it. Wait until the system image is downloaded. Now, before finishing the virtual device setup, click on Additional Settings. Here, we need to change a few settings for better performance and to avoid black screen issues. First, go to Default Boot. By default, it may be set to Quick. If your emulator is working fine, you can keep it on Quick. But if you are getting a black screen or the Android TV emulator is not opening properly, change it to Cold Boot. Cold Boot starts the emulator fresh instead of loading the previous saved state. Next, go to Internal Storage. By default, it may be around 6 GB. I recommend increasing it to 8 GB or 16 GB. If you want to install more apps from the Play Store, use 16 GB. But if you just want to test Android TV, 8 GB is also enough. Now go to Emulated Performance. For CPU cores, you can keep it at 4 cores. This is good for most computers. Don't increase it too much because if you give too many CPU cores to the emulator, your Windows system may become slow. Next, check RAM. If it's set to 2 GB, you can increase it to 3 or 4 GB for smoother performance. If your computer has 8 GB RAM, set it to 3 GB. If your computer has 16 GB RAM or more, you can set it to 4 GB. After changing these settings, click on Finish. Now you will see your Android TV virtual device. Click on the play button to start the Android TV emulator. Android TV will start on your Windows computer. Now you can use Android TV just like a real Android TV device. But here is one problem. By default, the Android TV emulator does not open properly in full screen mode. Even if you maximize the window, it may still show the title bar, borders, and extra spaces. So, to make it look more like a proper full screen Android TV, we can use Auto Hotkey. With this application, we can run a script that launches the Android TV emulator and resizes it to cover the entire screen. So download AutoHotkey from its official website. After downloading it, install AutoHotkey on your computer. Once AutoHotkey is installed, go to your desktop. Right-click on an empty area, then go to New and select AutoHotkey script. Now give the script a name. For example, I'll name it Android TV. After creating the script, right-click on it and click on Edit in Notepad. Now we need to paste this script. But before pasting the script, you need to note two important things. First, you need the Android emulator path. Usually, the Android emulator is located in this path. But on your computer, the username can be different. So just replace your username. Second, you need your Android TV virtual device name. This is the same name that you used while creating the Android TV virtual device. In my case, the name is Android TV, so use it in the script. Now paste this updated AutoHotkey script into Notepad. Then click on Save. Now we'll run the Android TV emulator using this AutoHotkey script. The script will start the Android TV emulator in full screen mode. Once the Android TV emulator starts properly, you can sign in with your Google account, open the Play Store and install Android TV apps. You can install streaming apps, media players, file managers, games and other supported Android TV apps. But remember, performance depends on your computer hardware. For better performance, your PC should have the virtualization enabled, a decent processor and enough RAM. At least 8GB RAM is recommended, but 16GB will give you a smoother experience. Also, keep in mind that it's still an emulator. Some apps may not work perfectly and some streaming apps may have restrictions because they may not support emulator environments. But for testing Android TV apps and using the Android TV interface on Windows, this method works very well. So that's how you can create and run Android TV on a Windows 11 computer. That's it for this video. If this video helped you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.